This here is the HappyRun G100, and it just might be one of the most over-the-top e-bikes that I've ever reviewed on this channel. But is it really an e-bike or is it an electric bike? You see, this thing ships with 28 plus miles per hour speed, a range of 80 miles on throttle, and over 130 miles on pedal assist. But can you even really comfortably pedal this e-bike? So those are the things we're gonna get into in this video. I'm gonna go over the specs, but I'm really gonna tell you guys what my riding experience is on the G100, because there's so many different aspects of this e-bike, from the crazy turn signals on the back and the front, and I say crazy in a good way, the very large display, the unlocking methods that you can do both from a card and from your phone, Android or iOS, and this very beefy 48-volt battery. But not just one battery, you've got another battery pack right up underneath here. The color scheme is bold, but I kind of like it. It makes a statement, and when you're riding it, man, I don't know. I just feel like I'm on an electric motorcycle. It really feels that way. Now, before I get out and actually ride it, I want to mention something. This ships as basically a class 4, class 5 e-bike, because top speed on it is like about 30 miles an hour. In fact, if you look on their official website, it's over 30 miles an hour. So out of the box, just know you're getting a beast of an e-bike because it has a peak output of 2,000 watts. Now, its rated output is 1,000 watts, but it does have 95 Newton meters of torque. And when you're riding on it, you do kind of feel like you're on a motorcycle with these raised up handlebars, not quite chopper style, but you get it. The pedaling is, well, we'll talk about that later. It does have full turn signals, a horn, a light, you name it. This thing is feature rich. I do like it, but I kind of wish that they would have shipped it as a class 2 or a class 3 e-bike and then give you the option to change that in the app, personally taking responsibility. So I'm here to warn you, if you get this e-bike, you're have a massive thrill, but at your own responsibility, be safe on the road, wear a helmet, and don't risk your life or bodily parts for the sake of fun. All right, let's get this thing out and test it for all of its claims. Just as a reminder, we're dealing with 2,000 watts of peak output, 95 Newton meters of torque, 5 pedal assist levels, and a reported top speed of 28 plus miles an hour. Some other reviewers were saying it was doing well over 30 miles an hour, so we'll test that out. Is this an electric motorcycle or is it an electric bike, AKA e-bike? So this is kind of what I'm testing out. It definitely is torquey, no doubt about that. I love the style of these kind of e-bikes because you really do feel like you're on kind of a chopper style motorcycle. I don't know how to describe it, but it is pretty cool how it feels. And I'm just gonna get out here into traffic and see about getting up to speed. The one thing that I'm already not liking is the display in direct sunlight. It's not an LCD screen, it's not an LED screen, it's certainly not an OLED screen. It's more of an LED lit screen. I don't know how to describe it. It's basically a set display and it just illuminates behind it. So yeah, that display, I'm kind of disappointed in the display. It's a very cool display, and if you're not in direct sunlight like I am and have polarized sunglasses on, it might be a little easier to read, but in direct sunlight, a little hard to read. Not gonna lie on that one. Right now, I'm cruising at 34 miles an hour. That's right, 34 miles an hour. I'm 240 pounds, so I am no joke to do these kind of speeds with, but it's smooth. Let's get off onto the side road here. One thing I do like is there's cruise control. It's automated cruise control. Basically, if you hold the throttle at a certain position for more than 5 seconds, it's gonna stay at that speed for you. You just take your hand off the throttle, and even if you're not pedaling, you're still going to be staying at that speed. So let me see about activating that now. It'll beep when it reaches that cruise. So there we go. I've reached cruising speed. I'm no longer touching the throttle. and the bike is just going at the set speed of, it looks like 30 miles an hour. So I love the cruise, man. The cruise control is something that all e-bikes, especially that go at these speeds, should always have, because it does get a little tiring holding that throttle the whole time. Now, to disengage the cruise control, you can simply put your hand on the throttle, or you just tap the brake and that disengages the throttle. Now we're slowing down and cruise control is now disengaged. Seat is very comfortable. I'm a larger guy, 6'7", so being able to comfortably sit on this is really cool. I like the stance of it. There's a lot of room here on the seat still, so even if you were shorter, you would be able to sit on here comfortably, I believe. The one thing that is very evident is that pedaling this is not what this e-bike is designed for. Yes, you can pedal it. Yes, you can use it as a pedal assist, but in my opinion, pedals are really more as footrests on this. Or in the case that you get stuck, God forbid, without power and you've gone more than 80 miles or 130 miles on pedal assist and you need a bicycle home, well, you got pedals to do it. You've got a 7-speed Shimano shifter to help you go through the gears. But in all reality, not very comfortable pedaling on this because of the stance of the way you're seated. Your center of gravity is much further back. You don't have that downforce on the pedal, so it's really more just to look like you're exercising. Like, look, everybody, I am exercising. My feet and legs are moving, but the speed is definitely real. The power is real, and I think it's every bit worth the price tag on this e-bike. You can check the links in the description of this video for all the details and specs on the e-bike, along with the cheapest price to get it. As of right now, it's on sale for $1,600. And for all the bike that you're getting, I think that's a fair price. I love the style of this gas tank battery on top. And then I love the fact that there's an additional battery underneath. What do you say we try this off-road? Looks like they put some gates up there. That's harder to get through. All right, well, I'm gonna have to find a different off-road place. They have gated that up. You can shift through the pedal assist modes by pushing this green button here on the right. I do kind of wish that they just had an up and down. It cycles through them. So you go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it goes back to 0 again. You gotta go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again. It works. I'm just really used to having the up and down, and the arrows on this controller are actually your left and right turn signals. I do like that they have the turn signals in the front and the rear. That is a very nice touch, but overall, this might just become one of my daily e-bikes that I ride because of the way that it fits me and how much power it has. I will tell you, like I stated before, going 30 plus miles an hour on an electric bike is no joke. One thing that I wish they would improve is that the parts on it, the components, most of them are basic. The rear shocks, I love them, comfortable ride. Not sure how long they're gonna hold up. They're more for show in a lot of ways than they are high-end components and parts. The 4-inch fat tires are great, but again, not sure how long the tires will last because they're basic parts. I do love the headlight. I love that it has running lights on the front and then the main high beam. That works really well. And I think overall, it's very, very well made. Again, components, man, you can change those out in a lot of cases. You could switch out to different brakes if you wanted to. You could put a different shifter in if you wanted to. But straight out of the box, one, this thing was well packaged. It was pretty easy to put together. Just follow the instructions, get it put together. There are a few parts you got to put together. And this rear fender, you get the front and the rear fender on this e-bike, which I think is just kind of a must. But the rear fender is one of the most unique designs I have ever seen. Definitely another cool factor, another kind of over-the-top styling on this e-bike. And we're doing 32 miles an hour right here, cruising. It feels so smooth. I've been on some other e-bikes that have gone these speeds. Not as smooth, a little scary. This one, I'm feeling pretty comfortable on it. Talking to you guys, riding it, especially with that cruise control, man, I'd say, like, if you like the style of this one, go get it. They do have another color scheme. It is a color scheme because it screams America. It screams red, white, and blue. That's a limited edition color. It may or may not be available anymore. Very cool American flag, red, white, and blue theme to it. You can check that out in the link in the description. But this has been the HappyRun G100. Loving this e-bike. What do you guys think? Is it a little too over the top? And what do you think about that top speed? The listing on the website, just as one final note, is it an e-bike or is it an electric motorcycle? Well, even HappyRun lists it as both an e-bike and a motorcycle. So maybe it's both. Maybe the G100 is everything you've been looking for in an e-bike or motorcycle. Okay, let's do a brake test right here. We're doing 30 miles an hour, and we're gonna do a brake test right here. Whoa, that's solid brakes, solid brakes. Not really sure why I'm pedaling there. It isn't really doing much. I think I'm all about just throttle and the cruise control. I love that cruise control. It allows me just to pay attention to the road more. All these cars coming and going, worry less about the throttle. I'm doing about 32 miles an hour right here. Man, this thing gets up and goes and likes it at these speeds. The shocks, the dual shocks, love those shocks. Such a smooth ride, but not too cushy or squishy. Coming through here, doing 33 miles an hour now, coming down the hill. We're up 34 miles an hour, giving you play-by-play. I'm just about an auctioneer now. What do you think? 34, 34, 35, 32. We're going 32. That's about it. That's all, folks. 32 miles an hour. Now uphill, it's supposed to be able to handle pretty good uphills. You can do about up to 30 degrees. Now, I don't know about myself, but it is a lot of bike to pull up the hill and myself as well. So I've tested out a few hills and it did pretty good. Like I said, I'm not an easy guy to get up hills. I would say it got me up about a 20% grade uphill on a road around the corner, and I wouldn't be worried about hills, especially with the 95 Newton meters of torque. You'd be good. All right, we're gonna try it off-road here. Make sure no cars are coming. You gotta be careful in dirt with that much power. You can easily spin this thing out on dirt, but super comfortable over bumps, not a problem. Handles it like a champ. Oh, side note, make sure you tighten down your handlebar because you don't want this moving. I just didn't get them tight enough. That's on me. I'll go back and fix that.